behind the scenes, changing the ceiling fan in the media room 12526. This is the fan that we're going to be installing. I'm going to get this out of the plastic film here. This looks to have never been tampered with, so hopefully all the parts are inside and there's no issues on that front. I don't have the wobbly stool today. I'm just going to use this chair because it's wobbly stool is in garage and it's highly inclement weather right now. You don't want to open the door just to get the stinking wobbly stool. I don't think that makes any sense. Okay, let's see if the camera has any charge. It does not seem to. I don't know if any of these batteries have any charge. That one has 100%. That should be good. Okay, that should be good. Now I'll get some audio. I don't know why this cable does not come with right angle adapter. It's absolutely imperative if you're using it like this. Bah. Okay, the microphone's working. I think I have all the tools I need. make sure the fan is in the frame this time because it wasn't last time. And there was all sorts of rude comments about it, which for once they were actually justified. Let's see, what order should we do this in? I wonder if I should assemble the new fan first so that I can work on the table. Nah, I guess I'll just work on the floor, that's fine. Doesn't really make a difference. Alright, we're gonna begin. This is not... No, I don't want it like that. I forgot to put the camera on before I push record. Okay, that's better. Make sure that the hyper smooth is on, otherwise it'll be all blurry. Okay, now the microphone is not working properly. It's a good thing I checked it. It seems to be using the onboard microphone for some reason and not. That's because the cable's not in. Okay, now it's working properly. Good. You always gotta check the equipment before you start because more often than not there's some kind of a problem. Hello viewers, today we're going to be changing the ceiling fan in the media room. We are not going to be canceling out this fan yet. It's going to pass through several more rooms as part of its rotation. I'm not going to reveal which rooms that is yet, but there is a very, very cool install upcoming with this unit. We're going to be installing in its place today an Uncut 5P30WPD fan, which is the model name Princess. It's a little 30-inch spinner. So it's a little smaller than the one that's in here now. I don't know how this compares in terms of power. I can't imagine that this is as powerful, but who knows? It claims to move over 4,000 CFM right there, which is a very, very ridiculous claim, actually. And there's 52-inch fans that barely push 4,000 CFM. I measured this one in here, and I got around 3,600 out of it. So we'll see. But I think it claiming 4,000 is really quite ridiculous. Exaggerated. It's quite exaggerated. That was the term I was looking for. We'll see. I'm not sure where this one was sold. It is it's in Spanish and English, which is normal for the US, but it has centimeters, which is usually in Canada, but then Canada should have French, not Spanish, so I don't know. I don't know where this was sold. Usually when you see Spanish on the products here in the US, it's still the stupid, dumb units of measure that we have in this country. Alright, I don't have the wobbly stool today because it is absolutely freezing out and I don't want to go outside just for the sake of getting a stool. It's not worth opening the door, losing all that much heat. I don't remember what size these they're the larger of the two. And for those that are interested in the uncut secondary version, there is a second version of this video being taped as well. Not that this video is highly edited, but there's some fumbling with things I cut out at the beginning and end that will be included in the other take. I can feel a lot of cold air coming down from this electrical box here. The insulation must not be very good on top of this. I think I'm going to switch this over to using those stupid Wago things so that the wire doesn't break as often in here. That's kind of convenient. Let's get this opened. I think this has never been opened before. It doesn't look like the original seal has been tampered with. So hopefully it's not missing any parts or having any kind of problems. So it says, manufactured in China, Angelo Brothers Company in Philadelphia, PA, and it has a copyright date of 2001. Flush mount, that's kind of unusual for a spinner. Reversible motor. Our fans are manufactured under strict quality control guidelines, using only the highest quality components and finishes. The result, a durable, maintenance-free ceiling fan that performs as beautifully as it looks. I always thought Uncut was kind of a cheaper brand, but I don't really have a lot of experience with it, so I can't say for certain. Got reversible blades, white and bleached oak. Oh, looks pretty nice. I think we'll probably start with that. Piece of cardboard to try to stop you from wrecking the blades if you open it recklessly. Here's the blades. They all look fine. They are pretty wide. There's the instruction manual. Looks like a newspaper. These irons are a lot bigger than I was expecting too. Well, maybe this is powerful. Yeah, it's just got pretty respectable amount of pitch. That's an interesting way of packaging it. It almost is fully assembled. Well, that's heavier than I thought it was going to be based on the weight of the box. Delicious. I love that for dinner. This is a pretty nice globe with the brass trim on the bottom. Alright, let's begin. I guess we could have worked on a table, but I didn't put something down, so just work on the floor. Alright, so the mounting bracket is here. So it looks pretty standard. It kind of looks like the SMC hello brain, let's go here. The SMC built Hampton Bay canopies. It is the type where the canopy holds the ball in place. We should definitely take the screws out before we put this on the ceiling. The UL sticker is 101 for the date. I didn't realize these were made that recently. According to this, it is a 30-inch ceiling suspended fan model model P30-5B/1L. Does have the Uncut sticker on there. Let's get these screws out of here before we start. Make things a little bit easier. Would have much preferred the screws to just be in the hardware bag with the rest of the hardware. This is an added step that the consumer now has to take to install it. Okay, let's get the down rod in place. Why it's like sticky? Not Honeywell, it shouldn't be sticky. It has a very small ball on there. That actually doesn't even seem right. Really? That's taking a page out of Casablanca's book. That's flaky. Decent length lead wires. Sometimes it makes it easier to connect all these together and feed them through the same side. That's what we're going to do this time. And they just come apart. There we go.
we need to put the canopy on. I wonder if it'd be easier just to detach it up here. Probably is. Avoid having to pass those wires through again. Yeah, that's fine. I'll detach it at the top. It does seem like a reasonable quality finish on everything. Doesn't seem particularly cheap. This grounding screw, I'm not sure this is really doing anything because it's threading onto a piece of painted metal. The surface of where this connects should have been scratched off. The paint should have been scratched off before this was assembled to get a proper bond. I wouldn't be surprised if this is not actually bonding it at all, because it looks like the inside of the threads is painted as well. So that is very likely a useless grounding screw. Okay. There's that. There's our useless grounding screw. No rude comments. Why is this not? Something's wrong with that screw. It should be threading in easily. It's not. It keeps trying to cross thread. Both on it now. Oh, that's good. Alright, what is wrong with this? Wow, it's really frustrated. That's why I stopped instead of forcing it. There we go. That was strange. I don't usually have a problem with this. Uh-oh. Huh. I wonder what that was for. Don't know. And where is the... I thought I had upgraded this to a 3-wire. I guess I didn't. It doesn't really matter because there's no wall control yet, but... Huh. Alright, so this box needs a whole rework then. This is not set up anywhere near the way I want it to be. Good to know. Add that to the list. We're not going to be able to use the medallion, I don't think. That's going to be very difficult to do. I think I'm going to cancel it out. It's not worth the aggravation. This is not a pan that would really complement it anyways. Oh, I forgot about that. We're gonna have to try it. That's pretty bad. We'll try very hard to make this work. I don't understand how are these medallions supposed to work? Like, it's ridiculous because it doesn't leave you enough space to install the canopy screws. Is there something that I'm missing? Is there some kind of like a mud ring you're supposed to put on the electrical box to extend it? Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to replace this whole box. I don't know why these screws are cross-threading like that. Yeah, I don't know. So I gotta be missing something about these medallions because I've used several of them and they're all like this. And it's almost impossible to finish installing the fan. Try to center this as much as I can. Otherwise it'll be easier on one side and just about impossible on the other. Let's see what we can do with the mounting like this. I don't know what that wire was for. Very strange.
this whole thing's got to be redone. This is not even the code. You're supposed to have 8 inches, I think, of wire to work with, and there's nowhere near that. Whoops, and I put the light on. I'm so used to having a 4-wire box. I don't know why I didn't set this one up that way. It don't matter, we'll fix it. Give me something to do in the cold, dreary month of March. Okay. Now for the fun part, trying to get that screw in here. You know, the other thing I just thought about that I don't like about those Waco things is that if this ever fell for some reason, like right now while it's not secured, the wire nuts would hold it. Those stupid Waco things are not going to hold it. Their wires are just going to come right out. Getting this started, I think, is going to be the most difficult part. Huh. Yeah, this is not going to be fun. I might have to forgo that lock washer because I'm not going to be able to turn it by hand with that on there. It's going to take away the ability to hold the thread or to hold the head of the screw. Yeah, really, ceiling fan people, what the heck is with this stupid medallion thing? How on earth is this supposed to work? What am I missing here? There has to be something I'm missing. This cannot possibly be by design. This is ludicrous. I actually was able to get that. I'm not really worried about that being tight. It's not going to come out. Probably do the same thing over here. I'll just forgo that lock washer to get it threaded easier. This is ridiculous. There has to be a particular piece that you need, because if I just drop the box down, then there's going to be a gap
And that's no good either. It won't look right. So this is just totally ridiculous, though. This cannot possibly be the way this is supposed to be. Yeah, this is, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it on this side. This is very, very difficult. I think when I installed the Huntington with a similar medallion, I ended up just not putting all the screws in. It didn't matter cosmetically because there's that ring to cover it. But we don't have that ring here. So from a cosmetics perspective, this really needs to get in there. I can't get it. It's totally cross-threading. Yeah, it's a little bit closer on this side, so it just might physically be impossible. This is what I was trying to avoid when I was putting it up. Trying to center it so this doesn't happen. But it happened. Yeah, I can't get it. No way. I don't think we need it to be secure. As tight as that's going. Gotta fix the ceiling. Okay, now we need some blades. Actually, let's see if it works first. Yeah, it seems to be. Okay. Assemble the blades. I don't know how the blade assembly works. Probably nuts and bolts. Let's see. That is our flush nut hardware. We're not going to use that. This is the hardware that we want. Got to make sure that we save the staple for some psychotic reason. Maybe someday we'll put it back on. Not going to bother with those things, they don't make any difference. Don't need that. Yeah, it's going to be nuts and bolts. Looks like we have a fiber washer, a metallic washer, and a nut for each. It's going to be a little tedious to put together. see if we can get some information about the ordering of the hardware here. It does not say. You can do it however I feel like then. This rubber band is still good after over 2 decades. That's kind of impressive. These are huge irons for a little 30-inch fan. Let's see, should we do the oak or the white? I think they both look pretty decent, but I think we're gonna go with the oak. I think we're gonna do a fiber washer, a metal washer, and then the nut. Don't know if that's the way it was designed to work, but it does not specify. All the tools are going to be on the floor by the time we're done with this. Okay, blades are assembled. That's a laceration hazard. Something's definitely wrong there. Why is that like that? The heck is with stuff cross-threading today? I've never had this problem before. It's kind of weird. I just want to get all the blades off the floor. This is not a good situation to have blades on the floor like this. I will not do this next time. I'll set up the tables and work on the table. This is just asking for something to happen. And I've done this enough times that I should know better. This is how it would look if it was a Huntington. Haha. I think the Huntington is a great fan. There's no Hampton Bay hate on this channel. At least not for me. I can't control what goes on in the comments box. bearings seem pretty good on this. Didn't think it was going to run for that long, considering how small the blades are. And here we go. Ah! You're gonna break the light! Have I broken a light yet? Do all my fans have busted lights on them? You absolutely can tighten these with a screwdriver. You just have to do it within reason. There, I didn't break the light. I really quite like that shade too, that's very nice. You know what might work good in here? Is a silver bowl bulb. Now this, I thought it said, oh, it said bulbs not included. Okay, so I don't have the bulb because there isn't one to have. I'll just go get like probably an S11 or a S14 11 watt bulb. I have no dimmer on this setup in here, so we don't want anything too bright. This is a really nice fan. I quite like this. I'm glad I have at least one small room like this, where I can use one of these fans and it actually makes sense. I'm going to use a 36 inch fan. Okay, install successful. These look a little weird, not hanging flat. Why is that? I don't think that's the way it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to hang flat. Yeah, this something's messed up here. There we go. Now the install is complete. Okay, now we need to put everything back in the box. The box! Gosh, it sounds like a farm in here. We always preserve all the packaging because we'll use it again when we put this away. These are for the irons. I don't know if it's picking up on this video, but there is something wrong with the fan. It's making a scratching sound. It's one per rotation, so I don't know if the bearings just need to break in or if something's hitting something inside the motor. I'm sure we can fix it, but it is always disappointing to have to fix something that's new out of the box. So I'll get a Ziploc bag for this when I put it away. This will be fine for now. It's not like we're shipping it anywhere. It looks like this box might have been used for different models because this could probably fit a 42-inch blade in there. Alright, that's it. We're all set. And we'll move this. Oh no, we're not all set. Those screws have to go back in there. Now we're all set. And that SMC will move somewhere else tomorrow.